The main suspect in the Ooltewah rape case will be out of jail in 5 months. Good evening, I'm Calvin Sneed.
I'm Kim Chapman. That is according to Tennessee state law. Stephanie Sanastasi joins us now and explains why this is. Stephanie.
Well, Kim, Calvin, all 3 suspects in the Ooltewah rape case found guilty yesterday. Only the one teenager, the one who shoved a pool cue into a fellow player's rectum, was convicted of aggravated rape. Today we learned that because a judge decided to keep this case in juvenile court, the suspect will face months behind bars instead of 20 years. Moments after a judge ruled to keep the main suspect in the Ooltewah case in the juvenile court system in March, we watched as officers drove him back to the juvenile detention center. According to criminal defense attorney Bill Speak, that's where he'll stay for only 5 months.
This charge in juvenile court would be one that would allow someone to be incarcerated up to their 19th birthday.
At the time of the incident in Gatlinburg, the main suspect was 17. Just 2 months later, his 18th birthday. Speak says if the suspect was tried as an adult,
the individual would be looking for, as a first-time offender, between 15 and 25 years, with the presumptive sentence being 20 years of incarceration at 100%.
But in this case, that won't happen to any of the suspects.
As an adult, you're put on a lifetime sex offender registry. Most people know what that is, where people in the public can look up where a particular offender lives in your area. There's all kinds of restrictions on where they can live.
But because he was a juvenile when the crime occurred,
you're put on a violent juvenile sex offender registry. The difference between those 2 registries, the adult registry is public. The juvenile registry, even after they turn 18, is only available to law enforcement.
Speak says the suspect's name would be placed on this list until he turns 25. Then he can petition to have his name taken off.
If a juvenile has 2 instances where they've had violent sexual offenses, they are then put on the public registry.
However, for the 2 juvenile suspects only charged with aggravated assault, they won't go on this listing because that charge doesn't qualify for the registry in juvenile court.
They have a juvenile record with aggravated assault adjudications, but that record becomes sealed.
Speak says the public wouldn't ever have access to those juvenile records. He also tells us that right now there have been some discussions in the legislature to change the law to keep juveniles in the system until they're 21.